You know, there's times where you pick up the video and you just start recording because you've just witnessed or saw something that you have to let people know about. Americans and America. Events, situations that affect you, and then we comment on them.
A few moments later.
Sit here and listen to these DEI hustlers. It's so easy with just a couple of questions to reveal their true colors, or at least to reveal them as the frauds that they are. It's so interesting because they play this better than I position, and they're really hiding behind the fact that they've got prejudice behind their motives. So I'm gonna bring you a little something here. I want you to take a look at this. Tell me what you think about this exchange here from Congress. Thank you for watching American News Network.
I've made no decision except one, and that person will be the first black woman ever nominated to the United States Supreme Court. So I think it's fair to say that race was a fact, and gender were factors in that nomination process. Wouldn't you agree? He explicitly stated that, so I think it's fair to say, you're a lawyer, I think that's fair to say, just or righteous that Joe Biden explicitly excluded black men in the nomination process for the Supreme Court vacancy?
The ABA does not support discrimination of any sort.
So you don't think that it was proper for Joe Biden to exclude every group other than black women in deciding who should fill that Supreme Court vacancy? Is that your testimony?
The ABA relishes diversity, equity, and
right,
inclusion.
But is it acceptable for Joe Biden to exclude black men in the nomination pool for the Supreme Court?
The ABA never supports discrimination.
Is that crazy? Can you hear how she's flip-flopping around? This is what I'm talking about. America, we can't keep allowing this kind of thing to continue to happen. Merit-based, let that ring like a siren throughout America. You have to have merit. This DEI thing, it's an excuse for people that are being lazy. It's a circumvention of our capitalism and allowing socialism to set in, for that matter. And heck with that. That thing's just a lazy idea that gives people money that shouldn't have it, takes it away from people that should. Socialism's awful. DEI is just an example of that kind of thing. Check out the rest of this.
That's good to hear. And you believe, I think, tell me if, that the Supreme Court should roughly resemble the racial diversity of the country?
The ABA does not believe that quotas are appropriate.
According to the ABA's mission statement on its website, it states that judges, it increases the quality of our judicial system whenever judges resemble the vast racial diversity of our society. So would you say that it's helpful, it's beneficial if our Supreme Court resembles the racial diversity of America?
The ABA believes that diversity in all of its forms is important. We want people to bring all of who they are, whether they be from small practice or
diversity.
large practice.
Can you define diversity here? You wanted to. Should the Supreme Court resemble America's racial makeup, roughly? It's a yes or no question.
The ABA does not support quotas.
I'm not asking about quotas. I'm asking if it should roughly resemble America's racial makeup.
It should represent all of what people are.
Of what people are, okay. So right now, there's about 2 of 9 of Supreme Court justices are black. That's about 22% of the Supreme Court. About 13% of America's population is black. If the Supreme Court should roughly resemble America's demographic makeup, as the ABA states is proper, in your opinion, regardless of qualifications, should the Senate refuse to confirm a 3rd black Supreme Court justice?
The ABA supports and encourages diversity in all of its forms.
My question was, if a Supreme Court vacancy opens up, should the Senate refuse to confirm a 3rd black Supreme Court nominee based on his race or her race?
The ABA does not support quotas, and so
the ABA does support some sort of, and hopefully we'll get into that. The ABA does support making sure the ethnic makeup has a specific amount. But my time is up, so we will move on.
Thank you for watching this. I hope you found this as entertaining as I did. I hope you also find it as awakening as I do when I watch these things and I see these people exploit this situation of having people and their empathy overload their rationale to the point where they lose their rationale. We can't let this continue to happen. Merit-based society, we have to have pragmatism in our thinking, and we have to have a Socratic law system that supports these ideas. Thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next one.